whatever personality development and things like that. But today is a topic which is very close to my heart, as you all would have guessed, right? So it's going to be a little spiritual talk. So I would like to start with some invocation mantras, because without that I shouldn't be speaking. That's not the right thing to do. Om Jnantimirandasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुं मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So generally when we discuss spiritual matters, it's not a knowledge that me with my skills can gain. It is a divine, descendants of knowledge. If somebody wants to speak about Krishna or Rama or any divine personality, he should not speak without learning it first. Right? Material knowledge you can speak, but divine knowledge you should not. You should always learn it from a guru. Guru means somebody who has got that knowledge from an authorized source. Just like we talked about certification. What if I would have given that certification to Niranjan? Would it have any meaning? It would not have any meaning. I can print something called SAP, sign with my name, and I can give. Will it have any meaning? No. Only when SAP gives that certification, it has some value. Isn't it? In the same way, we all have gone to different schools. Some different schools, central schools, state schools. What syllabus did you follow there? Can anyone tell what syllabus you followed there? What? ICSE? CBSE? Okay. If I say that there is a KPRT school, there is a new syllabus KPRT, and the school fees is only 5 rupees. All classrooms are AC, free bus. Will you send your children? KPRT syllabus. Very good. International school. Interglobal school.
It has to be recognized.
Right? No, you will not. Any sane person will not. Because there is nothing called KPRT. I just made it up. Right? There is something called CBSE. There is something called like NCRT, ICSE, GB, IB. Now, recently IB is also started. So, unless it is recognized, we won't take knowledge even for our children. Do you all accept it or not? Right? When it comes to spiritual matters or topics related to God, it is so unfortunate that in India today, any Tom, Dick and Harry can talk about Krishna. Any Tom, Dick and Harry can talk about Rama in his own version. And there are so many Mahabharata, so many Bhagavad Gita, so many Ramayans written in the book, in the Amazon library, which they have no qualification to write because they have not taken the knowledge. It's their own interpretation. And unfortunately, some people even made TV serials with that. Some people even made business out of it. Some people like to comment on Draupadi. Some people like to comment on Sita. Some people make a mockery in a talk show, right? But nobody, and some people are fighting for that also in the name of religion. But the point is, has anyone learned it properly? Has anyone learned it in a disciplining succession? And why did I spend this time? Not that I don't know the story. I know the story. I know the whole, I have heard it umpteen number of times. But there is a responsibility when you share spiritual knowledge. I don't want to go wrong. Or I don't want to say something that has not happened. Right? Because now you are dealing with divinity. Whether or not you believe in God, He is looking at us right now. And He is within every one of you. And we can cheat anybody in the planet, but we cannot cheat God. Right? So better speak something that is coming as per Shastra. Shastra is very, very important. Shastra means what? What is the meaning of Shastra, the word Shastra itself? The word Shastra actually means discipline. Sanskrit word, Shastra, a lot of people think that Shastra means books. But no, Shastra actually means discipline. Meaning, you have to become disciplined to get spiritual knowledge. Disciplined in how you eat, what you eat, when you get up, what you learn, from whom you learn, what do you do with things that you learn, right? So there is a whole procedure. And then only you will see results. And result is what? Your consciousness will be cleansed. Meaning you will become purified. Spirituality is not to become famous. Spirituality is not to become a guru. Spirituality is to clean our heart. And when we hear these pastimes from scriptures, we actually clean our heart. That's what happens. Cheto darpana marjanam mahadvavagni nirvapanam. Cheto darpana. Darpana means what? Mirror. So mirror is filled with dust. It's filled with dust. Can you see your face in a mirror that has dust? You cannot see. So you have to cleanse that mirror. Then you can see your face. In the same way, the birth that we have taken, the degrees that we have got, the office that we are coming, the earnings that we are having, the family that we are taking care of, all these things is good. But somewhere the dust is accumulated that we can't see ourselves. We don't have time to see ourselves. Who am I? What is this all about? Forget about religion, faith, everything. First of all, what's happening here? Right? What is happening here? Who is taking, why are we taking breath? Who is pumping the lungs? Do you see any battery inside your body which is pumping the heart? Who is pumping the heart? I have a practical question. Who is pumping the damn heart? Isn't it? That this light is there. Somebody has switched on the switch. That is the reason light is coming. This is called self-introspection, self-realization. Then God realization. First of all, you should wake up. Lord Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvaiti Samatma Sudurlabha. What is the meaning of this? Very simple. Actually, we are very fortunate that we have taken birth in India, that some of these words are also part of our local language. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Bahunam means what? Many, many. Janma means births. After many, many births, please hear this. Now God is speaking this, not an ordinary person. He is telling, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. He is saying, after many births of rejecting me, not accepting me, not understanding who is he, doing all those things, one person wakes up for knowledge. Knowledge above the material knowledge. Material knowledge is for money. To make money, you can get material knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is a different knowledge. It's about yourself, who you are. Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. One wakes up in knowledge and inquires about me. Me means who? God. Right? Vasudeva Sarvaiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Durlabha means what? Durlabham.
Difficult to find or
Rare. Right? Vasudeva Sarvaiti. Meaning understanding that I am the conclusion of everything. Vasudeva Sarvaiti. Sarva means everything. Right? Samahatma, such a Mahatma, such a great person is very rare. Samahatma Sudurlabha. So if today not many people are interested in spirituality, one should not be surprised about it. Because in Kali Yuga, nobody is interested in spirituality. People just want to do 4 things. We discussed it last time, right? Independence Day. Yeah. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Everybody is busy with that. And that's the nature of Kali Yuga. No difference. People live like animals or just doing what animal does. But a human being wakes up and he asks, what is going on? Who is God? Who am I? What is my relationship with God? The entire Vedic knowledge deals with only three things. Who is God? Who am I? What is my relationship with God? These are the only three things. Right? I'm giving this background because it should not sound like I've come here to tell a story. Because already Britishers have done 90% damage by calling this as mythology. This is not mythology, this is history. There is a book written by one of my dear friends. I call him friend, but he's very senior to me. His name is Chakrapani. And he's a Tamilian but brought up in Delhi. Recently he came to Hyderabad. I actually wanted him to come to the office. His schedule is so packed. He went to many companies and everywhere he goes. He's written a book called Is Mahabharata a Myth or History? You can go and buy it in Amazon. You will be shocked that he himself has spent 9 years going around the planet and he has got 300 concrete proofs that actually Mahabharata happened. Actually it happened. Right? I have to raise your faith before I speak about Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna is like a little boy who takes birth and eats butter and we all can go happy merry. That's not the point. Krishna is not a mythological character. He walked on this planet. In his personal body, he walked on this planet, and as God, even now he exists. Right? And he has shown, we were amazed. We were almost 200 people in the hall, people from different companies, Microsoft, Amazon, whatever you call it. We all were sitting and he made a presentation for 2.5 hours. You can go to my channel, Leelanand Das, and you can go and see live links, you will see his lecture. Mahabharata Myths or History. He took that class and I was amazed. Perplexed. What is he showing? 4,000 years back, there are coins in Turkey which has Krishna and Balram carved on them. What are we talking about? There are books and carvings in Afghanistan where Krishna and Balram are carved in them. There are people worshipping Krishna and Balram with a different name in Egypt. Different name. Right? Which almost matches. So, it's very important we raise our faith. Because the personality that we are talking about actually existed. Why is it so important to get this faith? See, if you say work attentively, that manager is on the floor. If you say that work attentively, come on, do your work, manager is on the floor. You'll say, what manager nonsense? Pawan is there on the floor. Yes, he's there on the floor. Is there a difference between saying manager and Pawan? Is there or no? Huh? What is the difference? Tell me. What is the difference? You know Pawan. Right? You know Pawan. You know Lakshman. Manager is a generic statement. Lead is a generic statement. But you know this personality. And you know what happens if he is angry. And you know how much he knows you. And you know what he can do to you. And you know how important it is for him to be happy with you. Do you all agree or no? Yes? In the same way, when we talk about God, we need to know who is God. And we need to understand that he exists. He's not somebody who's some bygone topic we're talking about 5,000 years back, 6,000 years back. Who cares? No, he's there right now. Right now. And is equally present right now as much as he was present at that time. Right? What to speak of, thousands of years ago. Just few hundred years ago, Tukaram Maharaj in Maharashtra saw Lord Vishnu. And just few hundred years ago, they saw his, he being taken by the Vaikuntha Vasis. They are taking him on a boat, on a ship, right in front of everybody. He went into the air. It is true, whether you believe it or not. Right? Just few hundred years ago, Ramadas actually spoke to Lord Ram. Actually, he spoke. And Ramadas' carvings are still there in the Golconda Fort. I don't know if you've gone and seen where he was imprisoned. Right? And the coins that were given by Ram to relieve him from that prison are still there in Bhadrachalam. Whether or not you want to believe it. Right? If you read Ramayana and the entire history, you can find the whole sequence of them walking on the planet. If you go to Dwarka now, 5% is explored of Dwarka, only 5%. And they are already amazed. The remaining 95% is yet to be touched. There are 16,000 palaces. And the exact description is given. We are very unfortunate that our education system has been butchered. Half by Macaulay, so-called Macaulay, I don't know if you heard this name by the British, and remaining by our own school system today, right? But don't worry, it is coming back. It is about time it comes back, where we actually understand who we are. So who is Krishna? How do we understand this personality? Who is this Krishna? Janmastami is what? Birthday of Krishna? It's not birthday of Krishna. God doesn't take birth, He appears. Does sun take birth every day? Sun doesn't take birth every day. Sun appears. Sun appears on the east, it disappears on the west. When it disappears on the west, does it mean sun is dead? No, it is not dead. You cannot see the sun right now, but sun is still there, it's rotating. Right? In the same way, God's appearance and disappearance. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo iti tattvataha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that my appearance, my disappearance. If somebody understands this, just understanding his appearance and disappearance. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo iti tattvataha. Tyaktya deham punarjanma naiti mamiti so Arjuna. He's saying anybody who understands my birth, my activities and my disappearance will not take birth again. Because he understood who he is and who am I. There is no question of him taking birth. He'll come back to my place. Right? It is that simple. Spirituality doesn't mean you have to sit in some, hole and do samadhi saying that, I have become enlightened. No, it's not. Just getting the faith. Just getting the faith that God is still there. And you can actually experience Him when you pray for Him. Right? There is, in Brahma Samhita, there is a prayer called Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Right? Ishwara, this prayer is very important before we understand who is Krishna. Ishwara Paramaha Krishna. Ishwara means controller. The meaning of the word Ishwara means controller. Ishwara Paramaha Krishna. Among all, there are many controllers. In this office also there are some controllers here. Small controllers. In your house also you have small controller. Right? Father is the controller of the house. Boss is the controller of the office. Chief Minister is the controller of the state. Right? Same way, Ishwara Paramaha Krishna. The Parama controller of all controllers is Krishna. Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Sat Chit Ananda. That is the three aspects of our soul. Nature of our soul. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal. Chit means completely filled with knowledge. Ananda means always happy. Always happy. This is our nature actually. If you see, this is our nature. We already have all the knowledge. I don't need to tell you. Just that we have forgotten. There is dust on the mirror, as I said in the beginning. You have to clear that. And you are eternal. There is no death for you. Actually, there is no death. Your body is becoming old and it's dying. We discussed that last time. And Ananda, you will always want to be happy. How many here have made a plan that today, 1st of September, you will go to office and cry? Has anybody made a plan like that? Have you ever seen somebody making a plan, today I want to be tortured? Huh? Every day you make a plan that you want to be happy. And that is not a simple thing. That's your nature. And nobody can change that nature. Nobody can change that nature because that is the nature of God. Satchit Ananda. But He is Satchitananda Vigraha. He is the source of all Satchitananda. Ham Bija Pradapitaha. He says, I am the seed giving father to everyone. Right? So whatever nature He has, we have in minute quantity. We can never become Him, but we are part of Him. Right? If you want to understand the quality of a sea, if you want to understand quality of a sea, will you drink the entire sea or drink one drop? Just take one drop of sea and you'll know, oh, it is salty. Right? In the same way, if you understand yourself, you'll understand the qualities of God because you also have the same qualities. But in minute quantity, we are in minute quantity. Always will remain servants of God. God is God. He is happy by taking service. We are happy by doing service. Right? So, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. The cause of all causes, if you start searching who is your father, the buck stops at Krishna. He is that God. Not any ordinary person. Because the definition of God is so much abused today that today so many people are calling themselves as God. Somebody says Bhagavan, somebody says God. But do you know who is God? What is the quality of God? Do you know the definition of God? I will not get into that topic. But you should know, for somebody to be declared as God, as Bhagavan, he has to have some qualifications. And he will show that through his activities. Right? So when Kali Yuga was going to start, so you know 4 yugas, right? It's a big topic again, but Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. There are 4 yugas. In these 4 yugas, people who are inclined spiritually are mostly found in the Satya Yuga. Little less inclination happens in Treta, little more less in Dwapar, and in Kali Yuga, nobody is interested in spirituality. People just want to live like animals. That is, I'm not telling that. That's mentioned in scripture. It's already predicted what all we'll do, which company will open. It's already there. What activities we'll do. Right? So, in this age of Kali Yuga, when the Kali Yuga has to start, there are horrible activities happening. There are 4 varnas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya. Brahmana means head. Brahmana means head, meaning knowledge. And Kshatriya means arms and muscles. Vaishya means nervous system and blood. Shudra means your legs to walk. Tell me which is more important. All are important. Chatur Varnam Maya Shrishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. Krishna is saying, I am the one who created all this. Right? And these natures are always going to remain. Brahmana nature, Shudra nature, Vaishya nature, Kshatriya nature. They are not castes. This is not caste system. These are our nature. What Varna should a HR person have? Brahmana means he should hear. If a Kshatriya is in HR, people are gone for toss. Just imagine you want to go and tell your problem and that fellow says, what? Kya batata? Bata bhi. Can you talk to him? No, right? What Varna a salesperson should have? Durga? Kshatriya. If you make a Brahmana into a salesperson, that fellow will go give business to somebody else in the or he'll say, Dana, take the business. I don't care. You need Kshatriya. What Varna a manager should have? Shudra. He should follow the order. Everybody else, he should make them follow the order. He should also follow the order. Company fits the target, he should make it achieve. So these are all Varnas. In the beginning of Kali Yuga, when the society, the Kshatriyas are the rulers or the managers, administrators, they are following the orders of, Brahmana, then the society functions properly. Isn't it? When the body is functioning the order of head, you will see a proper function in the society. What happened is that Brahmana's knowledge was polluted. Brahmanas who should be supposed to be giving knowledge about God and supposed to be serving started becoming more greedy about money. So they lost their quality, and the kings who were supposed to follow the instructions of Brahmanas or take suggestions from Brahmanas, they stopped taking those suggestions. So what happened? The entire society started crumbling like what we are right now. Right? People are just exploiting the planet. Mother Earth is being burdened. Right? Earth is being burdened. There are 7 mothers as per Vedas. One of the mother is Earth. So she felt that now it's very difficult for me to give grains to these people. There is no point in giving grains to these people because these people are doing adharma. They are doing adharma. Meaning what? They are not using their resources, they are not using their talents to serve God. Instead, they are just using their resources and talents to serve their own senses. They just want to enjoy on this planet. They don't want any spiritual elevation. I cannot take this burden anymore. So Mother Earth, she took a form of a cow and she went to Brahma. Who is Brahma? Brahma is the creator. But actually he is not the primary creator, he is the secondary creator. Meaning he is given all the resources, he is like a Lego, person who plays Lego. He is given all the blocks, he has to create something out of it. The planets are all floating, he has to populate those planets. So Brahma has children called Prajapatis, and this is a big topic in itself. Who are Prajapatis, who are Manus, in which Manmantra we are, all these things are different, very different topic. So Brahma is kind of an in charge for all the Devatas. Right? And Lord Shiva is in charge for the entire material world. So when Mother Earth went and cried in front of Brahma that I don't want to take care of this planet anymore, I don't want to give anything here, these all kings have become very polluted, they are damaging the Brahmanas, they are damaging the Vaishyas, they are killing the cows, there is no point please help us. At that time, even Brahma didn't know what to do. And Lord Shiva also came and he said, okay, now it's about time. Even I can't do much. I can only distract this whole place, but I can't fix it. Let us go ahead and fix it. So Brahma said, okay, now is the time to call for the Supreme Lord to descend. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So they all went. They all went to Shvetadvipa. Sorry about this. They all went to Shvetadvipa. Shvetadvipa is, if you have where the third extension of Vishnu sleeps. Mahavishnu is also called as Karanadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Paramatma, the Paramatma that we have within is called Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Garbhodakshay Vishnu is one within the Brahmanda from whom Brahma comes out. Karanadakshay Vishnu is from whom universes come out. And all these Vishnus come from Narayana. Right? So they all went to the Shvetadvipa, and there Brahma offered prayers that please come and save. We don't know what to do. Adharma is completely spreading. Please come and save. At that time, Lord Vishnu did not appear. He came and spoke within the heart of Brahma. Scriptures explain that. That it's not like he just appeared and he started speaking. He came and spoke in the heart of Brahma that yes, it is my time to come now. I will come, but all you people have to assist me. You all will get service. Not that God needs any assistance. Whenever he comes, he gives some services to all of us so that we'll become purified. Right? Serving God will make us purified. So he told all the devatas, okay, you all also have a role to play. So everybody appeared in the Yadu dynasty. Right? The Yadu dynasty is filled with all the devatas. So that's why Yadus are very, very strong. So he said, I will appear. Now it's about time I'll appear. So then, in the meantime, what is the time? It's not time check. I don't know.
5:50.
5:15. Okay. So Devaki and Vasudeva. Devaki is one of the princes, and Vasudeva is one of the prince in the Bhoja kingdom. Where Kamsa was one of the prince as well. Devaki is Kamsa's cousin sister. There are many sisters. But he used to love his sister. He used to love, and Kamsa was a great ruler in himself. But he had a demoniac mind. He was a very self-centered person. So he married his sister. He married his sister to Vasudeva. And Vasudeva also happens to be a good friend of Kamsa. So he agreed. And Ugrasena is the kingdom, the king of the kingdom. And he said, okay, you can marry this girl to, marry a daughter to Vasudeva. So they got married. And when they got married, Kamsa, immediately he came forward and said, I am going to take the whole Bharat of my sister. Right? Whatever Rakhi sentiment you say, whatever you say, recently we had Rakhi festival. As a brother, he wanted to show his, all his faith on his sister. He said, I'm going to take you now. I'm going to drive the chariot myself. This is my great service. He hugged, his sister. He hugged, the Vasudeva, his friend, and he said, I'm yours, you are mine, and all that kissing, hugging, everything happened. And then he started driving. And then suddenly what happened? There was an Akashvani. And this Akashvani told what? Thankfully, most of us know a little bit of the story, right? Good amount.
Eighth son of.
Hey Kamsa, why are you celebrating? The eighth son of your sister is coming to kill you. He'll be the reason for your death. That much we know. See, when you hear a story, the story is okay story. The history is history. But where are the lessons out of it? Acharyas tell the lessons out of it. When you read Srimad Bhagavatam, which is where the whole Krishna Leela is explained, the birth, Acharyas even explain like Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, the great Acharyas, they also tell what we should learn out of it. They compare Kamsa to our body. And they explain how the body deceives us one day. We invest on our body, right? I want to look good, I want to look fit, I want to look this, I want to look that. One day your body is going to cheat you in a way that you don't know what to do with it. That is the nature of the body. And that is the nature of this world. So Kamsa, Devaki was so confident about her brother that my brother is going to do my Bharat and he is so much, my most affectionate brother. Just see what Kamsa does. As soon as he gets to know that her son is going to be the cause of his death, immediately he removes a sword and he goes to behead her. Just imagine. Just to remove her head off. No discussion there. Oh sister, do you think I should kill you? Oh sister, I love you, but what to do? No discussion. And that is what a materialistic person does. A person with no spiritual values, one or the other day is going to behave like that. Because materialistic life means self-centered life. How many enemies you have in this office? Personal question I'm asking. As long as you don't become an obstacle in somebody else's enjoyment, everybody is good with you. Remember that. As long as you don't become an obstacle in somebody else's sense enjoyment, he is very good with you. The moment you do that, it will start. Right? That is the nature of this world. And that's what happened in Kamsa also. As soon as he got to know that he is going to die and his sister's eighth son is going to be the reason for his death, immediately decided to kill her. And then Vasudev, it's a long story, I'm going very fast actually. Vasudev comes to stop saying that, wait, you don't have to kill your sister. She's a woman, Kamsa. By killing woman, you'll get sin. In next life, you'll have to suffer. And Kamsa also believes in death. Right? He's a little bit spiritually trained. Compared to many people today, Kamsa is more educated spiritually. So he understood. Oh, is it? He said, see, anyway, death is going to come, Kamsa. He said, Kamsa, anyway, going to die. Why are you so much worried? See, if not her son, somebody's son is going to kill you. Or if nobody kills, you might just die of old age only. Why are you becoming so much angry? Don't become angry. That's okay. Akashwani has told, let it, anyway, death is inevitable. He tries to put all philosophy. He almost speaks a small section of Bhagavad Gita to Kamsa. But Kamsa is a very self-centered person. He understands everything. He knows death is going to come. Everybody has to die one day. But he decides, no. I'm not going to fall for this. Then Vasudev understands, this fellow is too materialistic. I have to do something with him. I have to give him an option which will calm him down. So he goes and tells, okay, Kamsa, let us come to an agreement. Your problem is not with your sister. Actually, you love your sister. He's trying to play with his mind. He actually take care of the horses, all that, right? Yes. So why you want to kill your sister? Your problem is with the eighth son, right? So I am promising you, I will bring the eighth son and give him to you. I am promising you. I know giving son to be killed is not something that is easy for any parent, but I will do it. I am promising, this is my promise. And Kamsa knew that Vasudev is a very cultured person. He is a very, very person of his word. So he says, okay, if that is the case, then you both can go. And whenever the eighth son happens, let me know. But in a pastime, when God comes, he also has many other things that he handles at the same time. So there are certain rishis who are cursed and they are supposed to die and give path for Lord Krishna to come. So Narada comes to make that happen. Kamsa is peacefully sleeping in his room and Narada goes and tells that, hey Kamsa, can't you see that you are not behaving intelligently? How can you say that the eighth son will only kill you? Where is the guarantee? Even first son can kill you. Can't you see the whole nature, the way it is reacting? Can't you see that the devatas are descending? Can't you see that the Akashvani was selling something? No, you see, no, but he told the eighth son. He takes a flower. There are 8 petals on this flower. Tell me which is the first one. Looks at the flower. I don't know which is the first one. That is you are a fool. Just see what you are doing. You are allowing your death to appear in the guise of your love for your sister. Immediately comes against her. Narad Muni, you did the right thing. Immediately takes Vasudev and Devaki and puts them in a prison. Say, whatever happens with them, I need to know. And some expert soldiers are kept around the prison, not ordinary people, right? To monitor every single minute what is going on. And as soon as the first child comes, he tells to Vasudev that every child you are going to give to me. And I'm going to make sure that the child is dead. How cruel can one be? Have you seen anybody killing children? Just imagine how cruel a person can become, when he's too self-centered. So he gets this child one by one, and is taking this child. As soon as the child appears, he is immediately smashing that child to the wall and killing the baby right there. And can you imagine the amount of pain a mother and father can go through seeing their children being killed one by one? It's very painful, especially after taking care of the child in the womb for 9 months and then giving the child like a tennis ball in his head, and he throws it to the wall and smashes and kills and goes. And how cruel can one be, right? And Kamsa is not an ordinary fellow. That is the reason spiritual knowledge, when it is given to demoniac people, it works in a reverse way. Kamsa goes and tells his sister, don't be angry on me that I'm killing your children. Everybody has to die one day, right? I'm just being an instrument. I'm just playing a role, right? And by the way, their karma is their karma, right? So they're supposed to die like that. I'm just trying to execute their karma. Can you imagine how a demonic person can use the same spiritual knowledge? That's why spiritual knowledge should not be given to any aragara unless he surrenders, unless he wants to learn it formally. So Kamsa is killing one by one, and finally the seventh child comes, who is Balaram. And how many of you know yesterday was Balaram Jayanti? Yesterday. Yesterday was Balaram Jayanti. So Balaramji appeared yesterday. So we had I was at a different place giving a talk on Balaram Jayanti. So Balaramji appears. And as soon as Balaramji appears, immediately Krishna orders. Because wherever God goes, his immediate expansion goes with him. Wherever Ram goes, Lakshman goes with him. Right? So he tells Maya Devi that please transfer this the appearance of Balram from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Right? So it's called Rohini Nandan. Rohini is also another wife of Vasudeva. Vasudeva had many wives. He had like 9-10 wives. So she got transferred into Rohini's womb, and Rohini walks to Gokul, to Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj is the cousin brother of Vasudeva. So the father is same. He had two different sons. One became a Kshatriya according to his nature. One becomes a Vaishya according to his nature. Vasudeva took up the Vaishya, cow protection, agriculture, all that. So he sends his wife to go to my brother's place, just stay there and be protected. And Kamsa gets the news that the womb itself is empty suddenly. So he's like, oh, so there are people disappearing in my fear. Things like that. People are scared to even take birth now. So let me see what's going to happen next. Then finally, when Lord Krishna's time comes, the whole nature around changes. As soon as Lord Krishna gets into the womb of his mother, it's not like any ordinary soul coming into the womb of mother through semen, mucus. That's not the way God comes. It's a different way, right? God just appears. He just appears inside the womb, and as soon as he appears inside the womb, the jailers, are standing around. They go and tell Kamsa that, oh my God, she's just effulging. The whole, the prison house is like so dark, but suddenly it is so filled with light. And the light is all coming from her womb. And it happens to be, the moon is half. It's not like full. It's not like full Purnima. It is half. But the half moon is shining more than the full moon that night when Krishna is going to appear. He just came and Kamsa immediately understood. Oh, so the person has come. The one who is going to kill me has come. So immediately tells all the soldiers, he puts more people over duty or more resources deployed around the jail, that you all wait for the time, and please keep me informed whenever the child takes birth. I want to know. So Krishna, he appears, he comes out, and as soon as he comes out, all the people around cannot see anything, right? Because he can control everything. He is Sarvantarayami, he knows everything. So as soon as he appears, how does he appear? He appears with 4 arms. He appears with 4, not with 2 arms, as Vishnu. Krishna appears as Vishnu with 4 arms. And as soon as he appears, he immediately starts talking to his parents. He starts telling, why did he appear to them? Why did I come in your womb? He says, you are Krishni and you are Krishni Garbha, and you were in the past life, you did 12,000 years of tapasya, and that is the reason I am appearing you, because that is your desire. And I was very happy with you. And in that past life, you were Kashyapa and Aditi, I appeared as Vaman there. Right? And now I am appearing as Krishna. Right? And he starts telling all those things. Just imagine parents, how they'll feel. Your child just took birth and is telling all philosophy. He tells everything. And then both of them start praying. See, actually the parents are confused. What to do with this child with 4 hands? Right? And it's so awful. They know that God has appeared. So first Vasudeva and Devaki starts telling prayers. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, around 20-25 shlokas are all praising the greatness of God. That you are not from this world, but still you appeared in this human form to deliver your people. There are many shlokas. We'll not get into the prayers aspect. But after praising, the amazing part when I was reading Bhagavatam is the mother and father are praising him as God, and suddenly looking at the beautiful form of Krishna, they forget that is God. And then they start telling, hey, what will happen if Kamsa will come and kill you? Just 1 minute before they prayed that you can deliver anyone, you are the control of everything, nobody can kill you and everything, and suddenly they become Like they appear like they start thinking like parents getting concerned. No, you stop their effulgence because Kamsa might know he'll come and kill you. Already killed so many of our children. So this is called Yoga Maya. For you to understand Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya means something that covers his devotees from knowing that he is God. In the spiritual world, nobody recognizes Krishna as God. Krishna doesn't want to be known that he is God. Krishna wants his mother to beat him with stick. Krishna wants his friends to do wrestling and throw him down and get defeated also. Krishna wants to be, chased by cows and calves, and he's running before them. He wants to be like ordinary person. God doesn't want to be like God. That is Yogamaya. So he gives that Yogamaya to his parents, and suddenly they start looking at him like a small child, and they get concerned. And then Mother Devaki says, if you are in this four-handed form, Kamsa will recognize that you are God to kill him. Do a thing, remove your two arms. So immediately Krishna removes two arms and he appears like a normal baby. Of course, very effulgent baby. And then he says, okay, so now he orders, as just imagine, the child has come and he's already ordering his father that now your duty is to take me to Nandagaon, Gokul. You have to take me to Gokul. So please take me there. And Vasudeva is like, but how can I take you? And he starts seeing around, all the soldiers are sleeping. All the doors, there are 6 layers of doors, not ordinary doors like this. If you kick it, it will break in 2 minutes. The door was so strong that even elephants can't break it. Such doors, six layers, just opened by themselves. And Anantasesh, Balram who already appeared. Balram is a servant of, Krishna. Anantasesh. He comes and he starts giving a coverage, in terms of, and Krishna appeared during the monsoon time. So it is going to rain a lot. So he covers Vasudeva as he holds Krishna. And every step is taken care. Even the rain that is falling is being taken care by Anantasesh. And Krishna is nicely sleeping there and looking here and there. And Yamuna is very happy. The river Yamuna is so happy that my Supreme Lord is going to come. And then Yamuna starts. What happens when the river becomes happy?
Starts high
It
tide.
becomes very with high tides, right? And Vasudeva is like, I know you're happy, but I have to go through this now. You have to do some service. Please allow me to take your own Lord from this place. And Yamuna is like, I'll allow you, but I just want to touch his feet.
Yeah.
So Vasudeva holds, the basket with Krishna on the top. And if the water comes to your nose, you become uncomfortable. And Yamuna is not listening only. She wants to touch the feet of the Lord. So again and again it is going above his nose. And Vasudeva is like, please give me a break. I am also serving him, you're also serving him, but now is not the right time. And Lord Krishna tells Yamuna that don't worry, I will come and take bath in you every day. Don't worry. You don't have to, I'm going to be in this region and you can take darshan of me every day. And Mother Earth is very, very happy because God is going to walk on this earth and every day she can touch his feet. She can touch his lotus feet. Namah Pankajanabhaya, Namah Pankajamaline, Namah Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangre. Pankaja means lotus. Your eyes are like lotus, your navel is like lotus, your mouth is like lotus, your entire body is like lotus. Namaste Pankajangre. To that Supreme Lord I am offering obeisance. So prayers are going on, everybody, all the devatas, everybody is so happy. Varunadev wants to touch Krishna, so he's pouring rain like anything. River wants to touch Krishna, air wants to touch Krishna, and Krishna is peacefully going to Gokul. Right? He goes to Gokul finally, and finally Yamuna gives way. If I have to explain just the aspect of his going, it will take a day. So much is explained in Bhagavatam in detail. So he goes. So he goes finally to Gokul, and at Gokul he sees Nanda Maharaj and his wife. They are sleeping. Yashoda. Yashoda is sleeping. And Yashoda has 2 children, a girl and a boy. There is the Yashoda Krishna. The one who came is Vasudeva Krishna. So he takes the Vasudeva Krishna and keeps beside the Yashoda Krishna, and both of them merge. They become one Krishna. And he picks up the girl child, who is Subhadra. Right? Subhadra, Bhadra. There are 2 different words. Bhadra means kind of, I'll say very powerful and can cause problems. Durga. Durga's another name is Bhadra. But the same Durga, when she goes to spiritual world, she's called Subhadra. Totally auspicious energy. Right? So he picks up the girl child. Krishna tells actually, you take the girl child and go give it, show her to Kamsa. Because Kamsa is a Shakti worshipper. Mostly demoniac people worship Shakti. Most of them. I'm not telling only demoniac, but mostly those are the people who prefer to worship Shakti. So as soon as the whole story short, he takes Subhadra back to what is it, Mathura. He takes there, and he, as soon as he enters the jail, all the doors are automatically closing, and suddenly Subhadra cries. She's a small girl. She's Maya Devi, but she can cry, and she just cries. And as soon as she cries, all the soldiers get up. Hey, what happened? The child has, it's a child's crying. I think the child has taken birth. Go, go, go! Tell Kamsa that the child has taken birth. Already the child is gone. None of them know. So then Kamsa can start running. He's like desperately waiting for the child to come. Right? He starts running and he starts come. He comes into the and his sister, and she says, "See, I don't know what to tell you. It's a girl child." And comes and says, "What is this? Akashvani cannot be wrong, right? Or maybe Akashvani is wrong. I don't know what to do. Maybe Akashvani is wrong." Like that, he's perplexed what to do. And then the demoniac side of Kamsa comes out. He knows that killing a child is bad, killing a woman is bad, right? It is explained that in a nation where 5 people are not taken care of, that nation is doomed. Women, old people, brahmanas, and small children. The 5th one, I'm forgetting that. Cows. If they are not taken care, the whole kingdom, the whole earth will be doomed for them. So he knows all this Shastra, but he sees that, I don't want to make sure, I don't want to take any chances here. So he goes and grabs that child, from the hands of Devaki, and suddenly the child flies into the air. And she brings out her 8 arms, Durga, and she looks at Kamsa. And Kamsa is immediately, I worship you every day. I never knew that you will come here. I never expected you to come here. Devi, what are you doing, Then she says, fool, the one who's supposed to kill you has already taken birth. Right? And then she goes back. She disappears and she goes back. So then Kamsa is totally perplexed. Sorry, what to do now? Right? And then he starts feeling guilty. Hey, what did I do? I should have treated my sister better. Anyway, I was going to die. The one who's supposed to kill me has anyway taken birth. No, I'm going to die. What to do? Like that, he started thinking. Right? And then he goes and tells his sister, I'm sorry, sister, actually, the thing is that I thought I'll kill your son and I'll be peaceful, but looks like he's already gone. I don't know what to do now. But don't blame me for killing your children, because they have died as per their karma. I was just executor of their karma. He starts giving excuses for himself, and he's totally perplexed. Now, very great lesson you have to learn here. Kamsa goes back to his kingdom, and then he calls his friends. Who are his friends? Narakasura, Bakasura, Agasura, all suras, right? All Kamsa had a nice way of doing friends. How do we make friends? We all just go try to see the similar habits we make friends, right? Kamsa also has to do that, but he has to do with a motive. What is to do? He will call the most strongest asuras from the planet, Rakshasas. He'll call them, and he'll play some games with them. He'll defeat them, and then he'll tell them, because you're defeated, you have to work for me. So then he employed all these people. So he had many asuras around him. On his instruction, any asura will come and do what he wants him to do. So what do demoniac people give advice? Demoniac advice only. Bad association, bad advice, isn't it? That's what happens in our world even today. When you go around with bad people, you only get bad habits and bad thoughts. Even though you want to become good, they will not allow you to become good. So Kamsa goes and discusses this matter. What to do? This 8th son has already appeared. I don't know what to do. Anyway, I'm going to die. Immediately his friends say, hey, what is this, Kamsa? Don't you know what to do? You have to just make sure that all the children who have taken birth at this time have to be killed. And I'm there to take care of that. Putana says, I'll go and take care of that. And each one of the demon comes forward and tells that I'm going to take care of that, of killing the child who has appeared on the other side of Mathura. So then the pastime continues, and we all know what happens. But I would say that, maybe I've spoken like 5% of what is mentioned in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, of how Krishna appears and what all happens during his appearance day. So Krishna is appearing again and again and again. He appears again and again. And on 7th of September this year, as per Tithi, he is appearing again. And he appears again to remind us that we are not alone on this planet. We can understand, we can connect with him even today, and we can go back to his abode, right? Which is the abode of, the highest abode. And where there is no birth, no death, no disease, no old age, and we all can get back our spiritual bodies. We are not supposed to be suffering in this world where everything is temporary, right? So, and he also gives Bhagavad Gita. When he appears here, he also gives Bhagavad Gita. the conclusion of all Vedic scriptures. Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dokta Gopal Nandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Gita Amrita Mahat. If you understand Bhagavad Gita, you'll be very happy in life. If you don't understand Bhagavad Gita, you cannot be happy in life. I can definitely tell you that. Right? It is very important that we learn what is there in Bhagavad Gita. It is so unfortunate that there are so many people today who reject Bhagavad Gita even before learning what is there in Bhagavad Gita. And there are so many fools who want to talk about Bhagavad Gita without even knowing what is there inside Bhagavad Gita. I don't want to name some gurus on the internet today, who say that I don't want to read Bhagavad Gita, but I'll speak Gita. And people write books on Gita. Bhagavad Gita is something that is very useful knowledge for us to deal with our life. So I highly encourage this Janmastami, take the initiative. Somewhere, at some point, take the initiative that I want to learn what is there inside. What did Krishna speak in Bhagavad Gita? Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. And what exactly, how is it related to me in this situation in 2023? Right? How is it applicable? You will get to know it's applicable. And you'll become peaceful after that. No problem can touch you. No anxiety can touch you. You can control your anger. You can control your... And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. But knowledge helps you transform. Like we started this evening by saying how he got a certification. And that's very, very useful for him in future. The same way, get certified in Bhagavad Gita also. Right? And then you can understand how to apply and how to lead a meaningful, purposeful life where you actually see Krishna in every step. And when you understand Bhagavad Gita, you understand who is Krishna, who are the Devatas. There are 5 concepts that you understand. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. These 5 concepts you will completely understand. And when you understand these 5 concepts, then you will become peaceful. Until then, you cannot. Right? But you have to take that initiative. Krishna is already telling, I told a verse in the beginning, Bahunam Janmanamante, Jnanamanam Prapadyate, Vasudeva Sarvaiti, Samahatma Sthula. It's not ordinary, it's not normal, it's not easy for people in today's day and time to spend time on self-realization. Right? So, but if you take an initiative, you take 1 step forward, Krishna will take 1 lakh steps forward to take you or to explain what he has told. So, thank you very much. There is much more. Krishna Leelas can continue. So, any questions anybody has or anybody wants to share, whatever you have learned. Any questions? Pawan?
No, I can share my learnings, right?
Yes.
So everybody says, I'm depressed, I have a dull day today. What is the life of Vasudeva and Devaki? You say all of a sudden, my mood is not so great today. What moods they had? Why did they live? So how can you come out of your own moods? I don't know the answer to, right? It's a tough life for them. The children are getting killed. They don't know what to do. They're still in giving birth. So what is the motive behind? When you know your mood is dull, you should come out of it. You should have your own ways to come out of it for the bigger picture. Don't sweat on things that you don't have control. Only worry about the influential part of it. They were so curious to give birth to the 8th kid who will save the world. So the motive, right? So I was thinking, why should they be alive while you're talking, right? What is the day? Every day,
Seeing the children die.
yeah. But they still did their dharma because they had to give birth. They were chosen to do that. They followed their duty end of the day. And some young kids I see, oh, I'm so depressed today. I don't know what depression you have to. I'm so demotivated today. I'm upset today. I'm sad today. How can you decide you're upset today before your day starts? You're predefining, you're assuming world's bigger problem is sitting with you. Your problems are very small. Though you think you're big to you, the point I'm trying to make is there's a way to come out of that. Positive energies, positive thinking. What is next in life? What are the big targets you have? That's what I learned today. I was thinking, poor parents.
They just decide to
What
have
is
God
that
in their
here?
life and so many difficulties. See, another lesson, good thing that you brought it up. There are many lessons out of this. As I said, I have not even covered 5%. But one thing I'll say is that even when you go on the path of God consciousness, don't think that the life will be peaceful. Actually, it will be more difficult. Right? Why it will be more difficult? See, the person who has studied only has to write exams, right? If you studied, then only you write exams. Somebody who has not studied, what exam you will give to? Right? The same way, when you come forward and take spiritual education, be ready for exams also. Right? And that is what purifies us. So Vasudeva and Devaki, all they wanted is a child, Krishna, God as their child, and they had to pay. For everything we have to pay, guys. Right? In this world, for every desire you have to pay. But the difference between material desire and spiritual desire is material desire, what you get paid also is temporary. Your desire is temporary, what you get paid is also temporary. But spiritual desire, when you get paid for it, it's eternal. You will go back to eternity. Right? So, God conscious path that, I am a devotee, practicing, why are bad things happening to me? Well, bad things will happen to everybody, whether or not you are a devotee. Even a devotee will die. Even a non-devotee will die. Even a person who doesn't believe in God will die. Even a person who will believe in God will die. There is no difference because the nature of the world is to die. Krishna explains that in Bhagavad Gita. Jatasya hi dhruvan mrityate tasmad apariyararte natvam sochitamanasi. Natvam sochitamanasi. Don't get tension, Arjuna. People are going to die here. People, if they will die, they'll get a new body. There is no, don't be confused with all this. But there is a difference. There is a difference. What is, okay, let's end with this. What is better situation for a girl, love marriage or arranged marriage? Theoretically, I'm not telling you how to go and fall in love. What is better situation for a girl, love marriage or arranged marriage? Come on, answer. When you're going to your in-laws' house, is a love marriage good or arranged marriage good? Love marriage. Right? No marriage. See, the point is that why I'm telling this is, she already knows whom she is getting married, and she already knows he will take care of me. She already knows that, she knows his parents also. She knows most of the things. The knowledge is there, right? For where she's going. Love marriage, that advantage is there. I'm not telling happiness after that. I'm not telling that. Just as an analogy, as an example, I'm telling. A person who worships God also dies. A person who doesn't worship God also dies. Because his body is supposed to die. The body is supposed to die. But there is a difference. Have you seen a rat holding a cat and a kitten? When a cat holds a rat with the same teeth. Have you seen cat's teeth anytime? Very sharp, very, very sharp. Just by holding the rat dies. Just by holding it out of fear and out of the sharp teeth, immediately the rat dies. Right? But the same cat with its own, how does it catch its own children? The same teeth. But how is the child feeling? Hold me. I'm going to run. You have to hold me. Right? Cat has to take care of its kitten. Kitten will be running everywhere. She has to run behind and catch hold of the kitten. In the same way, when you come towards God conscious path, God will run behind you to take care of you. You can take risks in life. He is behind you. Just like Pandavas, whatever risk they took, God is behind him. Say, I'll take care. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. I am there to take care of you. Don't worry. Right? But when you try to act independently, then the same God appears like that cat which is going to kill you and crush you down. God doesn't do that. But our own karma does it. Right? So it's very important that faith is there in life. And not a blind faith. Faith backed by knowledge. Faith backed by scriptures. And faith backed by devotional people in our life. Last time when Praveen came here, Praveen, you all know Praveen, right? He came here that day, other day. So he asked me, so are you teaching Bhagavad Gita? He asked me that because he knows that I know Bhagavad Gita. He said, Praveen, indirectly I am. So you should teach him directly. You should tell because he understood. I think some leaders at the top level cannot stay in that place without becoming spiritual. At least some level of spirituality is needed because you can't hold on to the turmoils of this world unless you are strong enough. I told Praveen, okay, I'll start at some point. I'm busy with my father, he's going through some ups and downs. But it's always my desire. And whoever is interested can learn. There's nothing, you have to put an effort. And when you learn, it will deliver you, it will help you. I cannot tell one verse in 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita which can be harmful to you. But I can guarantee every single verse is for you only, for us only. Right? You have to learn this divine knowledge. Prosper in your life materially, at the same time have the spiritual knowledge to hold on to that success and failures. Spirituality will help you keep a straight face in front of the customers, in front of your boss, in adverse situations, right? It will help you keep a straight face. That you'll not lose your confidence. You'll not go into depression. Depression cannot happen to a spiritual person. Pain can come to a spiritual person, but suffering will not come. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional, right? Like just now, Pawan was saying, don't suffer. Pain will happen. If somebody tells something wrong or something went wrong at workplace, pain will come. Or you fell down, you had a injury, pain will come. But suffering is optional. You want to suffer? You can suffer. Going on telling that I happened to me, this happened to me, oh, it happened to me. You can keep suffering like that. Right? But spirituality gives you the knowledge how to not suffer. And it's such a great knowledge. Right? So I'll announce maybe sometime, I'll have to chalk out a small schedule. Whoever is interested is optional. These trainings kind of are mandatory for you, personality management. There are many, many courses that I have not yet done. But spirituality is one other side, like IQ, EQ, SQ, right? Intellectual questioning and emotional questioning and spiritual questioning. It's very, very important. Even the great leaders, Jack Ma, if you go and hear his speech, he's telling, I want my employees with all the three. Because they have to be equipped so that they can be successful. Everybody should be. So happy Janmastami in advance. I never knew that I'll do it. If I spoke anything wrong, please don't take it to heart. But let's all, in whichever faith we are, let's connect with divinity. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just connecting to. So first child is like first tag resource. He will not come.